Hi, it's Cara, and today we're doing my late April haul. So these are all the books I purchased in the month of April. It is now like 6 days into April. I'm only just now getting around to filming it, but I'm ready to clear these and put them on my shelves, so let's get started. So first off, I picked up City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare in the new Matching Spines edition. I've already marked in what I'm going to be reading over the next 4 months. If you haven't been keeping up, I've been reading and annotating the Cassandra Clare books really slowly. And I finished City of Bones, so I had to pick up City of Ashes. I also picked up Fire by Kristen Kershaw. I got this secondhand from World of Books because I enjoyed Graceling, but I didn't absolutely love it. So I didn't want to spend full price on Fire, but I was interested in continuing on in the series. So I picked up this one secondhand pretty cheap. It's also in really, really good condition. This is a fantasy series of connected but kind of standalone books. It's more like companion novels. And the first one was pretty heavily romance with some fantasy elements. And this one probably is similar, but I don't know any details about the actual plot of this one. Another book I picked up secondhand, this is Changeless by biancareads. This is the second Alexia Tarabotti novel in the Parasol Protectorate. I had been meaning to pick this up for a while. I enjoyed the first one, but it's not my normal genre, and I kept forgetting to pick up book 2. I also own 3 and 5, so I can definitely continue on with this series now that I own book 2. Again, I got this from World of Books. The final book I picked up from World of Books is The Colder Game by Blue Balliet. I read, what was the second one called? The Right 3. I read The Right 3 in March, maybe, and enjoyed it. This is a middle grade mystery series. It was described as like Da Vinci Code for kids, the first one. And I have never finished the series. I think this is the final one. It was just a trilogy. So I picked this up so I could eventually read it and add it to my collection because I really enjoy these. Then we have a new release that was maybe 80% a cover by. This is Dealing in Dreams by Lilian Rivera. This is supposed to be like a Mad Max Latinx story. I don't know that much about it, but like this cover is gorgeous. I'm hoping to read this in June. And it just looks so good. It's only short. It's like 320 pages. But it's beautiful and yellow underneath. Like, that's stunning. I can't wait to read this. It just speaks to me on an aesthetic level, and I love a hard-packed apocalyptic kind of story, so I'm really keen to try this. Then I went into Melbourne for a day trip with Jessie and Brayden, and I picked up some things from Minotaur. I originally leaving it was thinking I should go to Minotaur more often to look for fantasy and sci-fi picks because they have a lot of things that aren't well available in Australia. Like I assume they get some things in internationally, but I have a problem with their stickers, so I'm a bit concerned. We have Amberlow by Lara Elena Donnelly. I love these covers. This is the first book in, currently there's 3, but I don't know how many there's going to be. They're like a 20s era fantasy that, yeah. It says, a smuggler, a dancer, and a spy during a decadent era just before a political coup is about to set the city on fire. And it just looks really cool. The aesthetic of this is amazing. The original cover wasn't as good, but this one is gorgeous, and all the rest of the series is out in matching covers for this. So it looks so good. The sticker was fine on that one, but for some reason, the security sticker won't come off this one. This is City of Stairs by Robert Jackson Bennett. It's the sequel to, not sequel, it's the first, I think it's his debut work. And I read Foundryside recently and loved it. It was 5 stars, amazing. So I thought I should pick up his original trilogy, and this is the first one. So City of Stairs. This is more sci-fi than fantasy, but it looks really cool. I was very excited. I still am very excited, but I'm a bit bummed that Minotaur put security stickers on their books that then won't come off. They're designed not to come off because they're security stickers. Then at the end of this haul, we have 4 books that I've already read and already talked about in my wrap-up because they were all really anticipated new releases. We have The Devouring Grey by Christine Lynn Herman. This is a paranormal fantasy kind of book following a group of teens that all have magical powers, I guess, in this town. And they're trying to hold back this evil, the Devouring Grey, at bay. I really enjoyed this, but you can see more about it in my wrap-up. This cover, gorgeous, loved it. I pre-ordered this because I was so excited. Another book that I pre-ordered is Descendant of the Crane by Joan Hay. This is a Chinese-inspired fantasy. It's been described as Chinese Game of Thrones in a young adult setting, and it 100% is. It's so good. It definitely has that twisty, turny. It reminds me of like the book Game of Thrones, not the series Game of Thrones. That like political intrigue of Ned trying to figure out what was happening in book 1. That's what this is so much. I loved it. I gave it a 4.75 stars, I think. My only problem, which I talk about in my wrap-up, is that this was marketed as a standalone, which I think was a publisher's decision, not the author's. And they should have just marketed it like the series it is, because it's obviously not a standalone, but they obviously didn't want to commit to future books. So shame on them, because this is amazing. And the cover is just gorgeous. Like, that's so pretty. Then we have The Red Scrolls of Magic by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu, which is the first book in the Eldest Curses? Yes, series, trilogy. This is a spin-off Magnus and Alec series. This first book is set overlapping with City of Fallen Angels at the end of City of Glass, and it was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. You'll see more about it in my wrap-up. And finally, I waited so long for this book because it was like a week and a half late being delivered with Ozpost for my pre-order, and that is Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. I really loved this. I think I gave it a 4.5 stars, but again, that's my wrap-up. Look how beautiful it is underneath. This is a gothic, Slavic inspired fantasy. It does have trigger warnings for a lot of blood and gore, especially like self-harm. They're blood mages that cut themselves to use their blood for magic. So if that's going to be triggering for you, I would steer clear of this, but it was totally my aesthetic. I totally loved it. Oh, so good. I did have some problems with it, which I'm thinking of more and more as time goes by, but my pure enjoyment of this book was so good. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading this series because I loved it. So those are all the books I purchased in the month of April. I already have a small collection of May purchases, but no, we leave them for another time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Comment down below if you've read any of these and would like to chat with me about them. Keep in mind, you know what I've read and what I haven't. And I'll see you soon with another video. Oh, let me know what you bought in the month of April, because I would love to know. I will see you soon with another video. Bye!